Well, welcome to the Camino with Storytelling, David. And welcome back to the Camino with Storytelling, everybody else. David, where are we?
Heck, I don't know where we're at, man. We're in Altberg, imagine that. The gentleman is a one-man shop with a couple of helpers that didn't show up, it looked like, but it's been good. We got a private room. Me and my partner, Vivian, that's walking with us, so.
And this one's interesting because this has been a week and a half in coming because we first met my first night.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
On the Camino.
With no sleeping.
Yeah, well, I was a real, greenie on the Camino. I was shouted at by the guy in charge.
His name was Domingo, man. He called you out, man.
He did. Which is fair. I deserve that. Destiny, right?
Yeah. I didn't think I was ever going to see you again.
Me neither.
Especially while jumping around I did, Today's my mom's birthday, so.
Yeah, I mean,
she passed away 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, her spirit's here with me, so. No, she died of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's sucks. When you got somebody that loved one, even though physically may be capable, but their memory's gone. And then eventually after the memory, they forget things, then they start forget how to do things.
Yeah.
So that's when it gets really hard on the family, but more on the person because they don't know what's going wrong. They're just out there thinking they're doing what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they forget at the very end, they forget how to chew their food. Really? That's how terrible the disease is. Yeah. It's horrible. So I put a little page out there. Hey, I'm walking my Camino. If anybody wants to donate and solve Alzheimer's, I put it out there too. Everybody has a reason for going out there, and I got many of them. The best one I like is my last name is Zumaya. So David Zumaya. As a kid, I grew up looking at the map. I go, where the heck this name came from? I thought it was Aztec Indian, like the Mayan Indian from Central America, South Mexico. So then I look at a map and there's a city named Zumaya in Spain.
Okay.
Spelled the same way I did, Zumaya. And then so I go, one day I want to go there. So then I got turned on the Camino during COVID. I saw the movie and I go, hey, this thing's pretty cool. And there's all these different routes. I found out there's Northern Trail that goes through the city of Zumaya. So I go, dude, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. Let me go do this pilgrimage. I got my confirmation, raised Catholic, but never practiced. But I went back and did a confirmation, 4 or 5 years ago. That was my whole purpose, go to town Zumaya. I show up town Zumaya, nobody even knows his name. And then they got rid of the Y, so now they spell it Zumaya because the language they speak now doesn't have the letter Y in the alphabet.
Oof.
So you talk about deflation here. I mean, I come out here, this pilgrimage and this realization, and I get to go check out the Zumaya stuff and find out more of my I always call it my Kutakite moment, roots, find out where my ancestry is from. I show up there and nobody has the name Zumaya.
How did that feel?
I felt like crap, I just spent all this money, all this time to show up and there's nothing here. It's like looking for the lost city of silver or whatever, those little things. You show up and there's no freaking cities. I show up there's no Sumayas in the town of Zumaya. Go figure, man. Yeah. So it's just a little sarcasm, but the whole idea is you come out on these trails and these caminos and you just find out who you are. I turned 61 next week.
Oh wow!
I did 3 years ago. I did 3 triathlons and 3 half marathons, being a heavy-set old man.
Wow!
I mean, I know I could probably count hundreds of people that are my age, my body type, that didn't even show up to the starting line. I showed up to the starting line and finished. I didn't finish first place, but what they say, showing up is 90%.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm here on this Camino. I'm showing up. So everybody takes it the way they do. I mean, I'm very positive. I have more of a positive mindset, and no matter how tired your body is, there's always a way to make the next step happen.
There is.
And if it means calling a taxi, the next step is going into the car, out of the car into your bed. That's a step, right?
Absolutely. You're going forward. You are going forward.
Well, like my saying is, if you're going to fall on your ass, you better fall on your face, because if you fall on your ass, you're going backwards. You fall on your face, you're going forward. I'm first place in my mind, man. Because there's nobody out here with my same personality, demographics, and body size, and whatever it is that showed up today. Because
100%.
Everybody here is different. Look at you. I mean, we're probably a good 30 years apart.
Yep.
And
exactly. I think.
You do what you do, and I do what I do, and we're different, but we're both here.
It's quite amazing, and we're all battling our own demons to get here today.
After you screwed up as much as I've screwed up in my life, they're all opportunities, man. It's like we don't make excuses; we had reasons.
tell us to screw up. And
oh God, there's too many of them, man.
Well, tell us a glorious failure.
A glorious. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's funny because my first failures when I was coming out of college, I tried to do a lot of different things and I failed. And somebody comes up to, I felt really embarrassed and disgraced. God, I did all these ideas and it just fell out of my face. And it's an old friend of mine, his brother, who says, hey, at least you tried. Yeah. It's better to try and fail than fail to try, is that saying? So now as I grew older, I don't believe in the word try. It's like people always say, I try to provide good service to my customers. You either do or you don't. It's not, it's like you're not a little pregnant. You're pregnant or you're not. So you tried it. You tried it. You try this, try that. No, we do what we can, and if we don't make it, it doesn't happen. But Gloria, so those failures were young in my days. But the hardest failures is once you have a family and you got a lot more responsibilities on you. I mean, in U.S., the '07 recession that killed me. Yep. Let alone the COVID one, but the recession '07, I lost my business. But you got to be there for your family. So my 4 daughters are everything for me, and being a stay-home dad raising the kids, we kept it going. The marriage didn't survive, but it wasn't meant to be, I guess. But my kids are still there, and I still know that I did everything possible for the kids, no matter what failure we had. You lose what you lose, but you still have your health, at least somewhat.
Hey, enough to be out here.
Yeah, we're still taking a step above the person behind us, right?
And the people that didn't even show up.
Exactly.
As you say.
So you're showing up.
Trying to every
No, you're trying
day.
or you are?
I am. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's no try, man. What does Yoda say?
Well, did you see Camino Yoda?
No, I did not.
With Yoda on
it? Did I? Wow.
I feel like you must have done.
I did not, as Yoda would say. I did not. You do not. You do not try.
After we rudely got cut off by my lack of battery, and you were telling us about your memories of your mom.
Oh, yeah, we're telling memories of my mom. 31, she was born in L.A. Mexican parents that escaped the Mexican Revolution, came to U.S. No, she was born in 31, and in 32, they went back to Mexico. So as a teenager, they found their way back into the U.S., living in the border town, and then she worked all the fields in U.S. She picked celery, onions, tomatoes. She worked the field. She was a farm worker. If you ever saw La Bamba movie, she was one of those farm workers. But she found a way, and when she got married, and had 3 kids, and her whole life was dedicated to family. And it still was. Even after divorce, she was single parent raising 3 kids in the 70s, which was not cool in most places to have a single parent, female, owning a house, working. So she was able to raise 3 kids with success, paid off a house, at a humble salary as a kitchen worker. But, her passion was baking. So, my mom's legacy is baking. So if anybody ever came to visit the house, within an hour, there was something warm out of the oven for them.
Amazing.
And during the holidays or anything, she was giving away cakes, cookies, whatever. She did wedding cakes for every family member of my family. Things she just loved cooking. And, so that little piece is left to me, but I don't cook. So, what your parents leave in you is something. My mom left in me the gift of giving back. And her giving back was baking. And my giving back is bringing relationships and communities together. So that's why it took me a while to figure out why I do what I do. And it turned out to be my mom. So that's my mom's story. I'm doing almost the same thing as my mom did, is families first. So I'm raising three young ladies as my daughters. But, there's different influences on there. I got lucky that my mom gave a good example. On how to be a good parent, no matter how much screw-ups we do, right? She had a special apple pie turnover that she used to make. Well, it's a lazy apple pie. So what she did, she get a whole cookie sheet, whatever your standard cookie sheet is, get the whole pie dough on that cookie sheet so it's rectangular. Then she get the pie filling, stick in the middle, and then she flop it over and come out with these apple tarts. And you just slice them like little accordions, and it was a cool meal. I never seen it anywhere else. French bakery sometimes has something similar to it, but nothing identical. So you're basically having apple pie, but it's sliced. She won a couple national awards and been published in Women's Day magazine, for recipes and everything like that. So her apple tarts, apple turnovers, apple things, and she has some chicken turnovers that were the bomb too. So the recipe's gone, but
the memories remain.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
Happy birthday to your mom.
There you go, May 8th.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the Camino with storytelling.
Okay.
Bon Camino.
Well, I appreciate you. Good luck with all the rest of your stories.
Thank you, sir.
See this in Hollywood one day.
And that was the Camino with storytelling. As I sit here by the Cathedral of Oviedo, where 3 weeks ago I started this amazing journey. I just want to thank you all. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to all of those who recorded with me. And thank you to everyone that made this journey something phenomenal. To support the world of storytelling, subscribe, follow, buy the book, buy us a coffee. Be in touch with all your feedback, ideas and thoughts. It's always wonderful to hear from you. Thank you so much again and have a wonderful, wonderful day.